Hello, everybody. Happy 2021 to all the boys and girls, all the little kids at home after celebrating Christmas and the New Year's and all that fun stuff.
Shit and fuck.
Damn it, you had to ruin my shtick. Anyways, how's it going, everybody? We are live, first episode of 2021, and episode 33? Episode 33. We're almost to 1 year of this show's existence, and of course, it's yours truly, Levi, along with Scott and James. Yes, once again, Walter could not make it. Hopefully he'll be back next week for Rumble 95. But yes, I said it, we are in Royal Rumble month now, and starting tonight over the next 5 episodes, tonight and then the 4 weeks after, we're talking about a Royal Rumble, and we're starting things off with a bang with Royal Rumble 1992. So, figured a good place to begin would be to kind of discuss where WWF was at this point in the beginning of 92, right before things went down the shitter.
Pew pew! After WrestleMania 8. Flesh!
Yep.
By the way, it's Saturday night. You know what that means.
Live from Discord, it's Saturday night! We got nothing on that.
Cricket.
Hello, Ricky. Hello, Russell. Hello, Arthur Jones. Everybody in the chat tonight.
And
Hope y'all
Lindsay
doing good.
Over on Twitch.
Of course, Lindsay's on Twitch.
Of course.
Of course she is.
But anyway, so to discuss about where the WWF was at this point, business-wise, yeah, you could look back at this time period, beginning in 92, not doing half bad, but then after WrestleMania 8, as James said, just like a Thanos snap, it went down hard.
Stuff goes bad.
Fucking Titanic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Went down harder than Zeb Bellringer.
Oh!
Had to get it in.
I know you did, and real quick, So during this stream, I promised Space Metal 912 because he did the squats on stream points thing last night, and I forgot to do it. So, and Lindsay had just redeemed it. So during the show, you're going to see me do 40 squats at some point. But I'm not going to do them.
Do it during one of the matches.
Yes.
During the Rumble, during that tag match that's still going on, talk.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Oh, hey, my phone hasn't gone off yet.
Yeah.
It will, though. It certainly
Yep, sorry,
will.
Ricky. I got it to him. Hello, Sean. Happy New Year, bud. While listening to Diabolus.
Oh, yeah, Ricky. Yeah, I had that big New Year's Eve stream where I ended up listening to the worst Slayer album ever.
Worst
Never again.
ever.
Never again. Not the worst album ever, but one of the worst albums ever.
Yes.
Never again until you're forced to do it again.
Which will never happen. Never, ever, ever again.
Never, ever happen again.
Game.
All right, so back to business at hand. So yes, Royal Rumble 92. So it took place at the Knickerbocker Arena in Albany, New York, with an attendance of 17,000 sellout, live gate $210,000, pay-per-view buys $260,000. So live gate was the same as 91. Attendance higher than 91 by 1,000. But pay-per-view buys were lower than 91, and then compared to the rest of the pay-per-views of 92, Royal Rumble was the lowest attended, second lowest in live gate, and second lowest in pay-per-view buys. So when you look at it from a business perspective, this show didn't do terrible, but not that great either. So
Look at the context of 1992. There were only 4 pay-per-views. So
Yes.
yeah,
look at it from that standpoint.
Right.
yeah. And I love Sean says
It wasn't the big 4, it was the only 4.
yeah. Ed Sean on YouTube, the YouTube chat, said, "There's no such thing as a worst Slayer album. It doesn't exist. Are you sure about that? Do you want to go toe-to-toe with me on this? Because I'll go fisticuffs with you and say Diabols and Music in 1998.
Put him up. Put him up.
Anyways.
Put him up.
But I digress with that. But
I thought you had my eyes closed.
Yeah, right before we got started, Scott and I were going ham with the Grinch impressions.
The Grinch stuff, yes.
But anyway, speaking of Scott, what food do we have en masse for this night?
All right. Well, not a whole lot of food going on with this show because of the time frame it's in. So, Royal Rumble, 1992, from the Knickerbocker Arena, then became the Pepsi Arena and is now the Times Union Center. Also, it was unofficially known as the Jim Coyne Box because Jim Coyne was a state official who helped oversee the development of this building and stole a lot of money from the project and went to jail. Good on you, Jim. So, we have, for Royal Rumble 92, we have Vince yelling at the beginning of the show. We have Coliseum video exclusives, brother. We have Jack Tunney. Boo. We have Sensational Sherry and her luxurious cleavage. Mm-hmm. We have 5-star Bobby Heenan commentary on this show. We also we got to be fair to Flair. You got to be fair to Flair. Yeah. And we also have, interestingly enough, unedited sound during a specific moment in the Rumble match, which we'll get to later on. For a change. For moves, we have a rocket launcher, 2 sleepers, battering rams, bear hugging, ass biting, cat skinning, flare flopping, 2 figure 4s, an airplane spin, and a short arm clothesline. For the foo, real quick, we have cane foo, chair foo, kilt foo, and shock stick foo. And that's your foo for Royal Rumble 92.
Probably the least amount of foo we've ever had on a show so far.
A very minimal foo.
Yeah. So yeah, now let's get into the matches themselves. Get used to hearing us say tag team match on this show. Because there are
you see that in a lot of Royal Rumble shows.
Yeah. But anyways, so we kick things off with, you guessed it, a tag team match. We have the
good tag team match.
Yes.
A good tag team match.
We have the Orient Express of Kato and Tanaka with Mr. Fuji versus the New Foundation, Owen Hart and Jim Neidhart. So this was shortly after Owen returned to the WWF just as himself, where after he spent years as the Blue Blazer, then in Japan for a while, and then even had a couple of WCW matches, came back to the company in late 1991, and here we are, him and Neidhart together after Neidhart was pretty much not doing anything after the Hart Foundation split.
He did a little bit of commentary, he did a little bit of wrestling, then he was written off of TV and then brought back for this.
Yep.
Yeah. And it sucks that this team didn't last too long because I feel like...
A lot of that had to do with Anvil.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Jim was figured in, but it didn't mean he wasn't going to do a lot of chicanery in the back, in the backstage and stuff, and just be weird.
Yeah. So we get this tag team match, and unlike the other tag matches we'll be talking about later, this was a really damn good match.
Yep. Yeah, really, this is, like you said, the new foundation of Neidhart and Owen against, the Orient Express, but formerly known as BADD Bad Company, baby, from the AWA, managed by DDP, because it's Paul Diamond under the hood as Kato and Pat Tanaka. But of course, a man from Asia has to be stereotypically, a master of martial arts when it comes to WWF at this time. So that's why you get that. But still, solid tag match. The crowd is into it the whole time, and Owen takes all the heat. Tanaka and Diamond have way better chemistry than Tanaka and was Goto used to have. So it's it's way better for those two. It's almost like Fuji's like a non-issue in my opinion with this match. He doesn't need to be out there because really the team of Tanaka and Paul Diamond were really good. They were really good for a while, and they had some great matches in the AWA. But quick and not quick and easy, but it's a basic tag match. Even the blind ref spot is in there, and the crowd buys everything. So. It works. Good finish, and crowd is happy with the opener. Gets them going.
Yep.
It was a way to get Owen and Anvil over as a team because they had just started as a team. You would think that they were probably going to have plans with them as a team, but then by WrestleMania, Owen's in a singles role again.
Right.
Before going into another tag team.
Yeah. High energy, man.
Has Owen Hart ever been a part of a bad tag team? When you really think about it,
No.
I can't.
That's a good point.
Yeah. He made
Him
everybody
and Anvil was
team up
good.
with work.
High Energy worked for what it was. Owen and Brett for the short period of time they were a team. Owen and Yoko. Owen and Jeff Jarrett.
Owen and Bulldog was
Owen and Bulldog.
Bulldog, yep. Yep. And Arthur, I did mention Kane Fu earlier. Kane, chair, kilt, and shockstick. That was the Fu for the show.
Yeah, not much. But in the end, I love the finish to this match where Owen's on the top rope, getting ready to do a big splash, and Anvil takes him and launches him even further. Big splash for the 1, 2, 3. New Foundation defeated the Orient Express in 17 minutes, 18 seconds. And then after that, we get our only singles match on the main card and the first of 3 championship matches for the WWF Intercontinental Championship. The champion, the Mountie with Jimmy Hart versus Rowdy Roddy Piper. And James, if you would like to go into further detail as to why this match ended up taking place.
All right, so originally advertised, it was going to be Intercontinental Champion Bret Hart defending against the Mountie. 2 nights before at a house show, the Mountie won the Intercontinental Championship. It was the flu match where Bret supposedly had like 100-degree temperature, whatever. And there's a lot of rumors as to why there was the title change, but a lot of it's bullshit rumor and innuendo, as they would say. And then we get the setup because right after that match, that house show match, Piper was saving Bret, and they set up the match with Piper and the Mountie. Yep. And of course, the whole rumor is that, Bret was going to WCW. Bret was never going to WCW. Well, WCW even advertised a surprise for the Clash of the Champions 2 nights later, and it just ended up being Jesse Ventura debuting as a commentator.
Yeah. But yeah, we get this match, and pretty much this match was a squash for the most part. Piper just beating the shit out of the Mountie.
For what it was meant to do, it worked perfectly.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know Roddy at the time, God, I love Roddy, but man, he just had a bad case of no-sell-itis on this show. He was not selling shit for Jacques. He was not selling much of the Rumble. You couldn't get over on Roddy. He wouldn't let you. Didn't matter what he did. Boom, poke to the eye. You got to sell it. So automatically, he's got to get back over on you. But this being Roddy's one and only singles championship win in the company, it was huge. The crowd loved it. It was a long time coming. Even though he didn't need it, it was nice to see. You know,
it was a great moment.
Yeah, one of those best moments. And again, the Piper wins, and that crowd goes ape shit.
And if I'm not mistaken, this was his first championship. Not only just his first championship in the WWF, his first championship in about a decade.
Yeah, not since
his U.S. title reign.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Because a lot of people want to talk about, Piper should have been the world champion. The thing with Piper is, if you put a belt on him, how are you going to take it off of him?
Right.
Because Piper was very protective about who went over on him.
Mm-hmm. And he didn't need it. Doesn't need a title.
So. When you're over, you don't need a championship.
Exactly.
Yeah, even though a while back I was watching the Piper documentary WWE made, and he even admits himself that, the one thing he never got accomplished that he felt he should have was getting a world title. And he said, it still does bother me a little bit that I never got a world title at any point. Which
he says that then, but if you go back to when he could have been a world champion, how are you going to take it off of him? Because Hogan never pinned him in the WWF.
Nope.
No.
He only ever pinned him in WCW because of bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. But again, because Piper was, let's face it, yes, he was difficult to do business with. Yeah, he's protecting his position in the company because, he knows how promoters are, and they will just, use you up and toss you aside. He knows how to play the game. And, he was a master at the game. But that also leaves you in a position where the office ain't going to trust you to put the belt on you. But hey, he made plenty of money regardless of whether he held a title or not. That's what it's all about in the end.
Some of the best in the history of the WWE never won a world title, never won a title, period. If you're over, you don't need belts.
Nope.
And in the end, Roddy Piper defeated the Mountie in 5 minutes, 22 seconds to win his first singles title in the company, the IC title. But after that great moment, well...
All All right. The tag team match,
Here come the squads.
Beverly Brothers versus the Bushwhackers. And that match went on forever and ever and ever. And 1, 3, 9, 4, 12, 14, 19, 57, 69. Hut hike.
Buckeyes suck. That was only one. What are you doing?
I'll do the remaining 20 later. Holy shit.
Okay, the Beverly Brothers versus the Bushwhackers in a really, really long match, longer than it had any right to be.
Yes. Anybody got any bread?
Worst thing on the show.
Yeah, it's the slowest match. It's the lamest match, but it is funny too. You got to take a nap after 20 squats, kid. Come on, get your ass going.
You're supposed to be the young one of the group.
Yeah, what the fuck, Jesus. You and your maiden T-shirt.
Anyway,
pointing just to make the point. Hi, welcome back to the show. Thank you.
Yeah.
Just to make the point, this is funny because, like we were just talking about with Paul Diamond and Tanaka, who were the bad company in the AWA, now we have the Destruction Crew, Wayne Bloom and Mike Enos, coming from the AWA as the Beverly Brothers, taking on the Bushwhackers.
Late AWA.
I'm sorry?
From late AWA.
Late AWA, the end of the AWA, yes. Against the Bushwhackers, formerly the Sheep Herders, in UWF and Jim Carter. A clash of styles, if you will. Not the kind you want.
Mm-mm.
And Jameson.
Jameson.
Who hired this Poindexter-looking motherfucker?
Vince did.
Vince did. And,
he was a stand-up comedian, and they brought him in. He was originally Bobby Heenan's sidekick on the Bobby Heenan Show. That's where they brought him in, and they just kept him around for little bullshit stuff here and there, and they made him the Bushwhackers manager.
Yep, Vince just
funny enough. Levi, you remember the Extreme Rules cage match with Bray Wyatt and John Cena, and the choir boy. Mm-hmm. That boy was Jameson's son.
Oh boy, that's funny.
Yep. So he will get in the Hall of Fame someday. Trust me.
But yeah,
now,
honestly,
I just know he's going to go in.
And Arthur asked, "Whatever happened to Jameson?"
No idea.
Just disappeared and really
never came back.
Never.
He disappeared off the face of the earth.
This is the brief moment where I am on camera. Is during the introduction of this match. You see a woman holding a sign that says, "On the 8th day, God created the gorilla monsoon." That woman's name was Valerie. She is the sister of a guy standing next to her with a camera. That was my friend Dave from high school. Behind them is my friend Scott Scarsdale, who we've mentioned many times on the show, his brother Jeff, and my other friend Rick. And just as the camera pulls back and fades out, you see a 17-year-old kid with Hawk face paint on. That's me.
And also, can I just say, really the best thing about this match was the Genius's poem, because the Genius is fucking great.
Yes, he is.
He's the smartest man in wrestling history. He got a contract in WCW. He got a contract in WCW for a bunch of money. Didn't have to wrestle once. Smart man.
Yeah,
brilliant. Yep, a really nice guy too. I remember having him on one of my shows, and just a gentleman. He's funny as hell in the locker room. He likes to tell stories, and the Genius thing is a shoot. This guy is smart as hell. You know, he knows his stuff. He's very well versed in various forms of art and legit poetry and musicals and stuff like that, and just really a good guy, really nice.
But in the end, the Beverly Brothers defeated the Bushwhackers in 14 minutes 56 seconds.
This thing should have been 5 minutes. You still tired, Levi?
Huh? What?
Still tired?
No, I'm getting back there. I'm like at 90% now.
Anyway.
But anyways, so moving on to the penultimate match of Royal Rumble 1992, the second championship match for the WWF Tag Team Championships. We have the champions, the Legion of Doom, Hawk and Animal, versus the Natural Disasters, Earthquake and Typhoon with Jimmy Hart. Well, this match was better than the last match. It was alright for what it was, I will say that. I mean, I love Bobby Heenan on commentary during this match. Then again, you gotta love his commentary the whole show. What am I saying?
Yeah.
But him during this match, like, mocking Hawk and Animal for being strong, but yet they're like, well, why don't you throw them around, tough guys? Oh, Bobby Heenan.
They'd been building up this match since the summer of '91. And then they were part of the 6-man tag at Survivor Series, and then right here. It's all the build-up. They've been building this since SummerSlam.
That's Uncle Fred!
Uncle Fred!
Before Shockmaster and after the alleged Chic tugboat thing, which I may talk about in my next From the Vault on Royal Rumble 91.
Nice.
Yep.
Yep, and lame finish, but what else are you going to do? You can't have the LOD beat the Disasters. You don't want to have a title change, so...
Especially considering this was all supposed to lead up to the Disasters getting the belts at WrestleMania 8.
And then Hawk got in trouble, and they had to take the belts off them, put them on Money Incorporated, and then turn the Disasters babyface, which... Okay,
for reasons.
Yeah, needless to say. But in the end, the Natural Disasters defeated the Legion of Doom by countout in 9 minutes 24 seconds. But now...
They should be the champions!
Champions! You can't win the title off a countout or disqualification. You know that.
Who made that rule?
Yeah, Jack Tunney.
But now, it's time to rumble. It's time for the Royal Rumble.
Damn right, because up next, the main event, the 30-man Royal Rumble match for the WWF Championship. Well, you may be asking, how did we get to this? Well,
we got here. No.
Well, we go back 2 months before at Survivor Series. Jimmy Hart say, I'm going to call my lawyer. Thank you for that, Arthur.
Yes. Hey, guys, I got you a title shot. Ho-ho!
Fucking Mickey Mouse.
I'm the leader of an evil corporation. Patrick, I got you guys a tag title match.
What?
Finland!
Did you get us a title match? Yeah, I got you a title match.
Oh, Mickey Mouse is here. Thank you.
Where's the leak, ma'am? Anyway, so how did we get... how did we get to a Royal Rumble match for the world title? Well, you rewind back to Survivor Series 2 months prior. In 91, you had the Hulk Hogan Undertaker match where ended in controversy with Ric Flair holding a chair underneath of the tombstone Taker gives to Hogan, and Undertaker wins the title that night. Fast forward 6 nights later at this Tuesday in Texas where we get the rematch. Big schmoz, Hogan empties the urn, takes the ashes out, throws it in Undertaker's face, rolls him up. 1, 2, 3, Hogan gets the belt back. President, quote-unquote, Jack Tunney decided to vacate the title due to controversial matches of the last 2 title matches, so they decide to make the Royal Rumble match be for the championship. Now this... Well, you could argue 1991, but then again, it wasn't an official rule yet where Hogan won and he just happened to get a title shot at WrestleMania. It wasn't a thing yet. This was the first Royal Rumble match that felt like it was huge because, well, you got the fucking world title on the line. And look at the fucking people that we have in this match. Like
Hall of Famers, the world champions, just it was a who's who of the WWF in the late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You're never going to see this array of talent in a Rumble again.
No.
Ever.
Big names. You also had the low card guys and the mid card guys, but they got
even the low card and mid card guys were big names.
They're all memorable. They're all memorable names. And that was the great thing about that time. And Virgil. Yeah. And Virgil. And
wrestling superstar Virgil and Ted DiBiase.
Yeah, right.
DiBiase.
Yep. So it was, and we only had. This is before, by the way, the the big, there's no big screens there. If you notice on the pullback, the big wide shot, there's no Titantrons, there's no big screens of any kind. We didn't know, because I was there, like I said, you don't know what's going to happen. There's one little clock, and it's above the entranceway that everyone's looking at. See, when you watch the thing, you can see everyone's doing this because we're all looking at the clock right there. And then they would superimpose it on TV. And you'll notice, too, like, there were some surprises that we didn't know about because we don't get to see the opening package. All you have is people inside the building giving you a countdown of when they're going to go live. And when Haku comes out, because none of us knew he was in it, when you heard... When he came out, it's because the entire building went, Haku? Because we didn't fucking know he was going to be there. It was a big surprise. So him and Volkov, I think, were surprises. But it was quite the different experience for a live WWF show, especially a pay-per-view. And this was the first pay-per-view at this building. It had only been around for about a year. And I was at the very first show they had there. It was a house show. Main event was Hogan against Mr. Perfect. And that didn't sell the place out, but this place is legit sold out, as you can see. But it never really got that big again until I think there was a No Way Out pay-per-view in Albany, and I forget what year it was. I don't know if it was 01 or something like that.
Might have been 01 now that I think about it.
Or 03 maybe? I don't know.
No, 03 was in Montreal.
Okay.
No, 01 was in Vegas, I think.
Okay. There was another pay-per-view there. I just don't remember what it was. And they had Raws there. They had SmackDowns there.
Wasn't that the venue Edge cashed in to win the WWE title the first time?
I think that might have been Albany. New Year's Revolution 06.
I don't think that was Albany though.
To the
Internet Revolution 2000 Albany, New York, Pepsi Arena. Yep.
Oh, okay. It was. Okay. Huh. There you go.
Okay, never mind. All right. So, and before we got to,
I do remember. Sorry, I do remember one other time that I did go to that building. It was the Raw after WrestleMania 14, that was Boston, and then they all came to Albany the night after. It's where the DX Army was formed, where X-Pac returned. That was at that venue.
And Hulk Hogan, you suck,
pal. My money on my mind.
Oh boy. So anyway, and then before the match all starts, throughout the whole night we would get interviews and or promos with a lot of people in the match. And while I loved Macho Man's, I think my favorite of them all was Macho Man's, talking about how he's not only wanted to get the belt, but to get his revenge on the Snake Man. Oh yeah. Uh-huh. So, but anyways, now into the Rumble match, and number one, the British Bulldog, who had just come off of winning a big battle royal at the Royal Albert Hall a little while prior for the Royal Samovar Trophy.
For those who don't know what that is, it's just a coffee pot,
a Russian teapot. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. The coveted trophy, by the way, according to Gorilla's commentary.
And then entrant number two, Ted DiBiase.
So and with Sherry and a luxurious cleavage.
Yep. So we kickstart this match between these two, and less than 90 seconds later, DiBiase's eliminated really quickly. Yep. And nobody really knows why he was only in the match for this long, if he was hurt, or they just did it to shock people, or if there was something else. Who the hell really knows? Mm. Then we get to number three. Woo! It's Ric Flair.
Iconic roadie run. No! You had the iconic roadie run, the cowbells in the background. And then you forgot to mention lots of cowbell.
Yeah, there's cowbell foo.
Yeah, it's not a foo. But yeah, it's just annoying.
There goes the buzzer. No! Damn it! It's Ric Flair!
I gotta go down there, Monsoon. Step right there! Do your job! I need a glass of water. Give me a glass of water!
Monsoon. Nobody ever won the Royal Rumble and entrance 1 through 5 ever.
Shut up! What are you talking to me?
Shut up, Gorilla! Shut up! The commentary on this match was amazing. So yeah,
it just makes it so much better. It makes it so much better.
So yeah, we get Flair, and we get Flair versus Davey Boy for a little bit. Then out comes number 4, Jerry Sags of the Nasty Boys. The only Nasty Boy in this match is Brian Knobbs was injured going into the show.
I think he was legit injured heading into this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then after Jerry Sags gets in, 1 minute, 6 seconds later, Jerry Sags is eliminated by the British Bulldog. Then we get to number 5. Haku.
There you go.
The theme of this match is everybody coming out and they're going straight to Flair. It didn't matter. Face, heel, doesn't matter. Everybody wanted to get rid of Flair.
Yep.
Flair was the big head
Over the man of this match.
Everybody wanted. Besides the WWF Championship, they wanted to be the guy to eliminate Flair.
Yep.
So Haku enters the match. 1 minute, 51 seconds later, eliminated by the British Bulldog. Then out comes number 6, fresh off of the breakup of the Rockers and his career taking off forever.
And Marty Jannetty escaped through the window like a coward.
Yes.
Marty tried diving through the window to escape. Never forget that. Bobby Heenan, bless you, man.
This is why the freaking commentary now sucks so freaking much, because it's not just off the cuff creative.
No ad-libbed moments.
Say that.
We don't get any ad-libbed moments that could be memorable like
shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so Shawn Michaels.
Say that again. I said it 5 goddamn times.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Shawn Michaels comes in at number 6, and he lasts a good little bit, almost 16 minutes before being eliminated by the next entrant, El Matador Tito Santana.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, this
former Intercontinental Champion, former Tag Team Champion. He loved to be World Wrestling Federation Champion. They mentioned that a few times with people, because that was the thing about this Royal Rumble match. You had a lot of stories besides the major stories of Ric Flair, of Undertaker and Hogan, of Roddy Piper. You had these underlying stories.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And hey, this guy's won this and that. They could win this. It's the one belt they haven't ever won.
Right. So they put over
they were
Piper. Piper could have won 2 championships this night. I won the one. I'm going over the other. By the way, we got to backtrack. How about frickin' Piper's promo before his match with the Mountie?
Yeah.
That is like so freaking good. What do you want to take out my integrity? Well, I ain't got no integrity. What do you think I got so far? Wants to take my manhood. Well, beats his chest. I don't know. Just so
promos Piper cut back in the day, he could never cut nowadays.
No, absolutely not. Laced with subtle, sometimes not so subtle, prejudicial innuendo.
See WrestleMania 2.
Yes. Oh, yeah. And 6.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, Shawn Michaels, he would last 15 minutes, 46 seconds before being eliminated by entry number 7, Tito Santana, who in turn was eliminated by Shawn Michaels at 13 minutes, 55 seconds. Then,
it was a double. They eliminated each other.
Yes. Yep. Number 8, we get The Barbarian, who would last a little bit, 12 minutes, 55 seconds.
He hates everybody. He even hated me when I managed him.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And he would last, Barbarian would last 12 minutes, 55 seconds before being eliminated later by a guy we'll talk about later, because I don't want to give that away too much. Number 9, we get Texas Tornado Kerry Von Erich at number 9.
I freaking loved when Tornado came out, Flair just stood and was like, bring it. Yes. It was a nice little callback to those who remember back in the day when they were wrestling over the NWA title in Texas.
Yep, 84. Yep.
Flair just stopped what he's doing and is like, bring it.
Yep. It goes right. The fact that, like, okay, I know him. I'm going to be safe with him. Come here, Kerry. Kerry, over here, Kerry.
So
you're like a one-legged man in a. Oh, never mind.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
What?
I heard. I was scared. James going.
I'll do the bad jokes. It's okay. You bring the knowledge, James. I'll bring the bad comedy here. That's how it balances out here.
Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, Kerry Von Erich would last 9 minutes 20 seconds before being eliminated by Ric Flair. Number 10, we get Repo Man.
Repo Man.
Yep. And he would last 6 minutes 23 seconds. He would actually eliminate the next two entrances coming out.
Like, how the hell did Repo Man get eliminations?
Beats me. He would eliminate the next two entrances, Greg Valentine and Nikolai Volkov, who
How great was it to see Valentine and Flair pair off?
Yeah, that was
those who remember back in the territory days, former tag team partners, former rivals.
Cut from the same cloth. Chops figure fours and can go all night long in the ring.
It takes Greg Valentine an hour just to get warmed up.
Yes. Classic gorilla line. Love that.
So Valentine would last only 4 minutes 12 seconds. Nikolai Volkov lasting 63 seconds before they were both.
Otis agreed.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Anyway, so then out comes number 13, the Big Boss Man, who would last only 3 minutes 38 seconds before being eliminated by Ric Flair. And then around this point in the match, Bulldog would be eliminated by Ric Flair, lasting only 23 minutes 33 seconds. Why am I saying only? That's pretty good, if you ask me.
And it's 3 minutes of freaking fire. Boss Man is in fuego. He goes after everybody.
Yeah, he does this.
Flair, Kerry, Barbarian, boom, 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 boom.
Number 14 is Hercules, and Hercules...
Who you didn't even recognize.
No.
Like, that Hercules? That was Hercules? Like, freaking shaved his beard, it was just the mustache, and probably on an off cycle.
Yep.
And there was power, but no glory.
Yeah, Roma was gone by this time, and Hercules was on his way out the door.
Yep. And Hercules was the shortest man in this match, and I mean the guy who lasted the least amount of time at 56 seconds. However, he did eliminate Barbarian before he was eliminated himself by Big Boss Man.
Easy payday.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then after that, Boss Man would be eliminated by Ric Flair before number 15, Roddy
Flair's
Piper.
done it! He's the champion!
And then out
He's the
comes
only guy in the
number
ring.
15. Out comes number 15.
That's good enough. It's close enough. Give him the title.
Flair flop.
Yeah. The classic.
A lot of Flair flop.
And then out comes number 15, Roddy Piper, and the crowd goes apeshit. And then we get a little...
It goes banana.
The crowd goes banana. Flair versus Piper. Little callback to the early 80s as well with those two.
And late 91, they were having their feud.
And Piper would be the man who would last the second most amount of time at 34 minutes 6 seconds. Then out comes number 16, the Snake Man, Jake Roberts.
Trust me.
And Jake would last 10 minutes, 55 seconds.
Best entrance in the match. You got Piper's got the sleeper on Flair. Jake comes up. Go ahead. Rolls in. Sits in the corner. It's like brilliant.
Yeah. Number 17, we get Hacksaw Jim Duggan. And Jim Duggan...
Former Royal Rumble winner.
First ever Rumble winner in 88, indeed.
And you can get an entire synopsis of Royal Rumble 1988 by going to We Are Pro Wrestling right now and checking it out. Well, after the show. Don't do it right now.
Like, comment, subscribe, and share.
Yes. Do that. I said do it!
So Duggan would last... oh, boy.
What? I'm promoting.
Just that up close.
Are you saying that I'm promoting something? Because if I was, it would be Real Pro Wrestling. Yes. Max and I watch it all the time. It's very good. I quite enjoy it.
So Duggan would last pretty good time, 20 minutes, 45 seconds. he would get an elimination, a double elimination later when we get to the guy that we'll talk about with that. Number 18, we get Erwin R. Shyster, IRS. And he lasted quite a while, 27 minutes, 1 second. Then we get number 19. It's Superfly Jimmy Snuka.
Murder.
Brother, I didn't do it, brother.
So we get Snuka, and then out comes number 20. And keep this in mind as well, I forgot to mention too. With two of the next guys coming out, Undertaker, Hulk Hogan, whereas everybody else drew from a random pool for what numbers they get, Taker and Hogan, with the privilege of being the last two champions, got to draw between 20 and 30. And Taker
shouldn't have been 21 through 30 because those are the last 10 numbers.
Yeah, it was really weird, but numbers, they're hard. What can I tell you?
25th anniversary of WrestleMania, even though it's the 24th.
Exactly. So, Undertaker, he would last 13 minutes, 51 seconds. He only gets one elimination, and it was on Jimmy Snuka. And oh boy, to talk about the next entrant. Up next, we get Macho Man Randy Savage, and immediately trying to look, where's the Snake Man? And then he finally gets to Jake.
Down the aisle.
Yeah,
Jake gets out, hides down.
Yep.
Then sneaks back in.
Then they go at it. Savage eliminates Jake, and then we get the most infamous moment of the match. Savage jumping over the top rope, both feet touch the floor, attacking Jake, and they were going like, he eliminated himself. Wait, no, you have to be thrown over the top rope by somebody.
Just bullshit.
All stupid.
Right.
Undertaker had to get out legit, and it's like, get the fuck back in there. Oh, I gotta get the angle. Get the fuck back in there, Randy. Which I love how WWE always breaks their kayfabe rules with the Rumble.
Oh yeah, always.
It's like, oh, you have to be thrown over by somebody, but it's like, Boss Man wasn't really thrown over by Flair.
No.
Mm-hmm.
In this match alone. And it's like, yeah, well, Andre eliminated himself and other people have eliminated himself. And
yeah, but this time, no, it's fine.
It's like, yeah.
That's wrestling business.
Wasn't supposed to happen.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah. And let's not forget that, let's also not forget that other times where we've had accidental eliminations. The only other two I can think of off the top of my head would be Austin or Ringmaster in 96. That was just a case of the ropes being oiled up so damn much that he just slipped over. And then 2011 in the not so great 40-man Rumble where Alex Riley got eliminated by accident. You can tell it was accidental because Cena tried to catch him because it wasn't supposed to happen that quick. So, whereas this was just fucking stupid. Like, what?
It was out of instinct. Yeah. Randy Savage always did stuff like that, so it's like, hell, like the next year when he tried to pin Yokozuna at the end of the Royal Rumble.
Yeah,
out of
and
instinct,
Yoko just pushes him up, and then Savage eliminates himself again.
Although I think that was planned while this was not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Needless to say.
It's like 3 straight Rumble matches. Savage no-shows one, eliminates himself, goes for a pin.
That's Randy for you.
Yeah.
First name Macho, last name Man.
But Savage would last technically 22 minutes, 26 seconds. Next entrant, Hush, the Berserker.
Is his match. His gimmick was throwing people over the top rope.
Yeah, we can count out wins. Yep.
Yeah. Berserker would last 9 minutes. Number 23, we get the Superstar Virgil.
Ted DiBiase.
Yep. And he would last 7 minutes, 29 seconds before he and Hacksaw Jim Duggan eliminated each other. Number 24, it's the Iron Sheik Colonel Mustafa.
Former WWF champion, but his past. They never mentioned his past at all.
Doesn't matter. No, because he's not the Iron Sheik. No, he's
Mustafa.
He's different.
That was it.
Mm-hmm. And he would last 2 minutes, 36 seconds before he was eliminated by Macho Man Randy Savage. Number 25, the previous Iron Man record holder, Rick Martel at 25.
They mentioned stuff like that. It's like, oh, he was the previous record holder. He doesn't even have to go half that long if he's going to be, he wants to win this.
Mm-hmm. And he would last 12 minutes, 39 seconds before he would get eliminated later on. Number 26, it's Hulk Hogan, brother. And Hogan would last 11 minutes, 29 seconds. He getting 4 eliminations. He would eliminate Undertaker, the Berserker, and then later on we'll get to those names. Number 26.
He eliminated Undertaker, then Berserker, and then ripped his shirt, and the crowd went nuts.
Yes, they did.
Then number 27, Skinner.
Doink bra. Doink bra bra.
I gotta say, Skinner
Making kids cry bra.
Skinner was fabulous.
But Skinner would last 2 minutes, 13 seconds before being eliminated by Rick Martel. Then number...
Anyone know where Jerry's crown is?
That was a year later.
Taco Bell coming on.
Number 28, we get Sergeant Slaughter. He would last 4 minutes, 37 seconds before being eliminated by our next entrant, the penultimate entrant, Sid Justice, who would last 5 minutes, 55 seconds. And even in that time, garnered the most eliminations of the match with 6, eliminating the following: Sergeant Slaughter, Rick Martel, Macho Man Randy Savage, Rowdy Roddy Piper, the Warlord, who was number 30, and Hulk Hogan. Which brings us to the Final Four, arguably the greatest Final Four.
They spoiled number 30.
Yeah, with the Warlord.
Like, there's only one guy left.
Yeah.
You don't know that.
You don't know that. You gotta be fair to Flair.
And then out came...
Take a drink every time you hear "Gotta be fair to Flair."
Oh yeah, God.
Or shut up.
Hi. You can't tell me what to do.
The book was better. Yeah. Also, I love the when it's Flair and Piper, and then Jake comes out, and then Piper's beating up Jake. Oh, thank you, Roddy.
It's not a skirt. It's a kilt.
And then he beats up Flair. Why that no good jerk? It's not a skirt. It's not a kilt. It's a skirt. You skirt wearing freak. So fucking good.
So then,
this is Bobby Heenan's greatest night as a commentator.
Yes, absolutely.
And he had a lot of great nights.
This is unbelievable.
This specific match was his finest hour.
Yep. It's one of the matches that's on the Bobby Heenan. Well, it was on the Bobby Heenan DVD they put out. That whole match is on there just because of his commentary.
Yeah. So Warlord would only last 1 minute 43 seconds before being double eliminated by Hogan and Sid, which brings us to our Final Four, arguably the greatest Final Four in the history of the Royal Rumble match. Sid, Savage, Hogan, Flair. Can you name me a better Final Four than that? Well, I would say a close second and third. I would say 07 with Shawn, Taker, Edge, Orton, and 2002 with Triple H, Angle, Austin, and Mr. Perfect. I would say those are 2 close contenders, but still nothing tops Flair, Hogan, Sid, and Savage. So Savage would be eliminated by Flair and Sid. Then Hogan gets eliminated by Sid to a huge pop.
Crowd goes banana.
Yep.
To wit, that on television they edited boo sound in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like,
trust
people
me.
think editing Roman Reigns back a few years ago, it's such. Why are they doing that? They did that 20 plus years ago with Hogan.
And believe me, when all my friends and I, after we went to the Rumble and watched Superstars the next week or whatever, and they show that clip and Hogan goes out and we heard the thing, we're all looked at each other like, that's not what.
That's like, you hear the edited boos, but you see the crowd going, yeah!
Yeah. And then Hogan, proving why he's the greatest babyface of all time, jerks on Sid's shoulder, and Flair dumps Sid over the top.
I mean,
because of Hogan's
look at it this way. last few Rumbles, he eliminated his best friend Savage. He eliminated his best friend Tugboat. But here he gets eliminated. Well, hell, the 95 World War III when he got eliminated, quote unquote, and then he cried and cried, "Give me my belt." Mm-hmm. It's like here, it's every man for himself, big boy.
Yep, such a change in psychology.
Yeah, and yeah, I think it's safe to say the biggest heel babyface in the history of wrestling is Hogan.
Biggest whiny babyface in the history. Like, after he loses the title to Andre on the main event, and he cries in the freaking
who paid for the plastic surgery?
Look at the $1,000 bills falling out of his pocket. God, you whiny bitch.
Lose with grace like you did with Warrior.
Go figure. Right. What an idea.
Yeah. But in the end, after the double elimination of Sid, after 1 hour, 2 seconds, Ric Flair wins the WWF Championship, thus breaking the Iron Man record for only 1 year, because remember the next year, Bob Backlund would break the record. Then it wouldn't get broken until 11 years later on the final episode of the Royal Rumble month that we will be covering.
Redacted.
2004.
And the reason they did this with Ric Flair was they wanted to establish Ric Flair as a top guy to the WWF audience. For the NWA audience, they knew Ric Flair could go an hour at a time, any given night. But to WWF only fans, Ric Flair was just a guy who came in. Some may have watched a little bit of his WCW stuff, but maybe not all of it.
No. Mm-hmm. And Flair was just a biological freak when it came to conditioning. I mean, he was well known for being able to go. I mean, you could go those 1 hour Broadways all across the country, around the world.
Anybody.
The biggest names in the business at the time, with Harley Race, Saruda, Dory Funk Jr., Terry Von Erich, whatever. He could go that hour long and just be nonstop go. It was like the running joke was Jim Cornette said that Ric Flair and Stan Lane would have like contests because they both had like low pulses but just had incredible stamina and just could legit go all night long. Like the guy, Flair would be up all night partying after going 60 minutes. And all the boys would like cash out at like 2 a.m. and he's still partying. And the boys get up at 6 to catch the flight. They can't even see. They didn't get to town till late and they're hung over. And they get to the airport and they don't want to get on there. And there's Flair ready to go. And he's all happy and combing his hair and everything. Come on, boys, we got to get going. We got any business going here. Just nonstop, just incredible. And this was a great example to smash him over with the, like James said, a new audience that maybe not was familiar with his work, because me and my friends all knew who he was and were super marks at the time. So, but the people that didn't know got him over in one night, proved that he was a worthy man to hold the title. And that promo afterward is fantastic, especially with Gene. Put that cigarette out. So,
and this is one of the rare few times that Vince McMahon ever pushed somebody that he did not create.
Yep.
Because Vince has a tendency of getting a guy, slapping something new on him, and pushing him that way. With Ric Flair, you couldn't do that.
No.
And, it was Ric Flair and maybe a couple of other people, and that's it. Of guys he took and shot to the moon.
Now, it's not to say that Vince was all the time, nice to Rick, because once you're under the thumb of Vince, you do what he says. Scott Hall told the story that when he first got in the company as Razor, it was Savage and Flair having a match of some kind, and Razor was supposed to go out and do something. And the match is happening, and Vince is backstage, and he is throwing a fit. And he talks to somebody and says, "Go out there and get them and bring them back here now." So somebody
the title change. It was the title change, I'm guessing.
It was not a title change. It was just a regular match, I believe, because
I heard that
because they sent a guy out to the ring. I don't know if it was Heenan or Perfect or something like that. Maybe it was Perfect. He says something. They get out of the ring. They all come to the back, and Vince reads them both the riot act and says, "What the fuck are you doing? I told you to work his leg from the minute the match started. You look like a couple of jabronis. Now go out there and do it right." And Scott Hall is like, "Holy shit. That's Ric Flair and Randy Savage getting yelled at. What if I screw up? I don't even know if the ink's dry on my contract, and they're getting yelled at." So they would back out to the ring, and it was supposed to be that Flair was supposed to attack Randy's leg right off the top and throw him out of the ring. Razor was supposed to go out, do something to Savage, throw him back in, and they were supposed to go home right there. They wound up doing some more shit, and then Flair went over. But when it came time to be on TV, it got edited down to once Randy got in the ring from Razor, Flair beat him.
Yeah, that was when Flair beat Savage for the title, because I remember the story of they did the match and they were told to do it again.
That's it then. Mm-hmm.
But in the end, Ric Flair wins the Royal Rumble match to win the WWF Championship, last eliminating Sid Justice in 62 minutes, 2 seconds, to conclude the greatest Royal Rumble match of all time.
Damn straight. And you got to love Flair's little dig at the NWA WCW holding the WWF Championship. Like, this says you're the number one guy. It's like, fuck you, Jim Herd.
Yeah.
Yeah, because remember, this is less than a year after Jim Herd told Ric Flair, you're too old to main event.
Yep.
And also, real quick, going back to with the rumors of Bret Hart going to WCW, I remembered the rumor also was that WCW wanted Bret to bring the IC title with him as a way to say fuck you to WWF for the big gold belt stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But again, rumor, can't really say much. But
and that's a lot of the stuff with Bret and WCW around this time is rumor.
No,
yeah,
it's still funny how history goes that Vince was angry and mad that Bret was going to do the very thing that he let Flair do when he came into the company, and that's show up with another company's belt.
Yeah. So overall, Rumble 92, good show with a classic main event.
Good show, but Royal Rumble match itself, is one of the best. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So now on to for favorite match, least favorite match, and the sleeper match. I think for me it's easy. Favorite match, the Rumble match. Least favorite, the Beverly Brothers Bushwhackers. And then the sleeper match, I'm going to go with the opener with New Foundation and Orient Express.
Yeah.
I would agree with all that, but I think the sleeper's more Piper and Jock, just because that crowd reaction when the match is over is really, really strong.
So that's Rumble 92. Now let's chat and answer some questions. I need to go back up through the scroll to see what all
Push Endeavor and push
Job Endeavor.
Endeavor.
And you got more squats to do, young man.
Oh yes.
You got 39 to do. Get to it.
I got 20 to do.
39, I said.
20.
You have 30.
I have 20.
All right, count them down.
1, 2,
1,
3. Shut up!
1.
Don't make me laugh. Don't make me laugh. I can't concentrate. Okay, that was 3, 4,
3,
5,
6,
7. Stop!
9. Okay.
Oh, God.
Go.
I can't.
What?
I can't stop.
Focus.
Focus,
Focus, Danielson.
7.
This is high quality entertainment, folks. Be glad you're not paying for it. It's free. 1.
Damn it, you made my earbuds fly out. Shit.
Anyway,
push Job Endeavor.
Yep.
And you teased that we're going to hate this.
He's teasing that we were going to hate it.
Okay, you're going to hate it. Push Job Endeavor. For anybody out there who's not familiar, if you know the game F, Marry, Kill, you get 3 names. You got to F one, you got to marry one, you got to kill one. But here on the Shadow Cult, we have our own version of it called Push Job Endeavor. I'm going to give these gentlemen 3 names. They got to push one, they're going to job one out, and they got a future endeavor one. And gentlemen, in the spirit of Royal Rumble 92, I present to you the low-tier gimmick version of Push Job Endeavor. Your 3 names are Repo Man, Skinner, IRS.
Oh boy,
that wasn't that bad. I thought it was going to be.
I thought it was going to be like all main event
big
guys.
names and like.
Oh no! I've done like big names already. I figured do something different.
Repo Man, Skinner, and IRS.
Yep.
Push IRS. Job Skinner, Endeavor, Repo Man.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Push IRS, Job, Repo Man, Endeavor, Skinner.
Okay. Now, from those two, you're both pushing IRS, correct?
Yes.
Hi, what are you doing with them?
Give the Intercontinental title to him by the end of the year.
How are you going to do that?
Or a year after.
How are you going to do it?
Yeah, how are you going to do it?
How am I going to do it? Well...
Piper's champion. You're going to lay down for IRS.
No. That's why I said in like a year.
It'll work for me, brother.
Yeah, let's see what they say in the chat here. Ricky says push IRS, Job Repo, and fire Skinner. Russell Reeves says push Skinner, Job Repo, and Endeavor IRS. Interesting choice there. I like that.
Well, what would you do, Scott?
I would probably push Skinner because I would like to have seen a Skinner and Brett had good chemistry there, but also Skinner and Piper I think would have been very interesting. So that over the Intercontinental title, I think would have been a lot more stuff to play with than, say, IRS or Repo Man. And that I would have endeavored Repo Man too. And would have jobbed out IRS because, Rotunda's a great maintenance guy. He's a great technician. He can get guys over and still keep heat. So that's fine with me. Yep.
All right, so...
Now, see, the reason I went with Push IRS is because of the eventual tag team he had with DiBiase. Had a great run as tag team champions.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's why I went that route.
Yeah, I like that. That's cool. That makes sense.
So, to some questions Arthur asked earlier. Question, the Orient Express had 2 Royal Rumble openers in back-to-back Rumbles. Which one did y'all like? 91 versus the Rockers or 92 with the New Foundation?
91 with the Rockers, and I'll talk about that next week on my episode over Royal Rumble 1991.
And I agree.
Which is funny because next week I'm going to be doing 91. The week after I'm going to be doing 93. So I'm doing the 2 shows outside of this one.
Yep.
There you go. It's a sandwich job. But yeah, I agree. 91, the Orient Express and Rockers, it was better chemistry between the teams.
Arthur also asked, what did y'all think of the Mountie being Intercontinental Champion?
Somebody had to be the one to pass it to Piper.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And transition, was what it was.
I am the Mountie!
You cannot do this to me! You can't do this to me! You want the finger?
Give me that
Here's
finger.
the finger! No!
Hi.
Oh my God!
Get your body.
Get me out of here! Get me out of here! Oh, the jailhouse segments with Mountie at SummerSlam 91. Holy hell. Arthur also asks, why did it take that long to put a title on Piper? Well, we kind of talked about it earlier. He was so over, he just didn't need titles.
And if you put a belt on him, how are you going to take it off of him?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. What else did we have from earlier as far as questions? Ricky asked...
And also with the Mountie as Intercontinental Champion, you remember him as IC Champion, but you probably don't even remember who's been Intercontinental Champion the last couple of years.
Right. I mean, hell, off the top of my head, I can only think of 2, Nakamura and Strowman. That's it.
Can you name who's the Intercontinental Champion right now?
Big E.
Yeah, I was about to say it's either probably Big E or it's still Sammy.
Yeah, Big E just got it from Sammy. Sammy went home for a while there, so they ping-ponged the belt around for a bit. Yeah, but as far after that, I was like, I don't remember. I know Daniel had it, or Daniel was going for it at WrestleMania.
Strowman had it because Strowman beat Nakamura and then lost it to Sammy.
Yeah.
Man, I can't even remember before Nakamura.
No.
It's like you remember the Mountie as Intercontinental Champion, even though he was only champion for 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
But
goes to show you how far the IC title has fallen.
You said Ricky had a question?
Oh yeah, Ricky. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what he's meaning with this. Oh, he was asking who was the runner-up in the '89 Rumble to Big John Studd.
DiBiase.
DiBiase. Yep.
DiBiase bought number 30.
Yeah. Let's see. Any other questions? Russell asks, what did y'all think of the Firefly Inferno match or TLC in general, and how was War Games since he didn't see it? Well, as far as the Inferno match, I mean, it was weird to see a Inferno match for the first time in 14 years. A proper Inferno match, not the Ring of Fire match with Bray Wyatt and Kane at SummerSlam 2013. Yeah. And then the whole thing with them setting The Fiend on fire, it's like, is Randy Orton's legacy going to be the biggest arsonist in the history of wrestling?
Murderer!
Because let's go back.
You're a murderer! You're a murderer! You're a goddamn murderer, Undertaker!
Because let's rewind. First, he sets Undertaker in a casket on fire. Then he burns down Sister Abigail's house. Then he burns the Fiend in a crate. And then he burns the Fiend.
Yep.
And then he tried to blow up John Cena with fireworks at Bragging Rights 09. It's like, Randy Orton is the biggest arsonist pyromaniac in the history of wrestling.
Other than Kane.
Yeah.
Other than Kane and the Dudleys in tables matches.
I want to see Randy come out with the miner's helmet on when he's got the hood over it.
Oh, boy.
Mm-hmm.
So that was, I would say
TLC was a good show overall. Owens and Reigns was freaking amazing. I think
Reigns has been on fire the last few months.
It's been fantastic. Yep. And best heel right now, the company, asterisk to Bailey. But I thought TLC was good. War Games was good. I don't think War Games was as good as the previous year, but it's not saying it was bad. It was still a good show.
My nitpick with the War Games matches, they're too fucking long.
Yeah, I agree.
I hate the fact that they're 40-something minutes. When you look at the War Games in the past, they're like 20, 25 minutes tops. Mm-hmm. Now it's like... It's
back
like...
You got all the guys in there. It was like, okay, let's take it home, get it done. Now you get everybody in there. You got to do the table spots. You got to do the dive spots. You got to do catch me spots and everything else. Like, all right, we got the point.
Mm-hmm. Russell asked, did you all see the segment with Alexa Bliss on Raw? Who didn't see that segment?
She has been so great lately.
Oh, yeah. It's the perfect spot for her right now. She knows exactly she's got the timing for it, the delivery. She just plays the part so well.
So, obviously, the Harley Q to the Fiend's Mr. J. Wow. I figured... Never mind.
She is proof that character means more than in-ring.
Oh, yeah.
Right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I'm just waiting to see on the highlights coming out on YouTube Monday night if, like, did she actually get burned? Did Orton actually set her on fire? Because I like how they did it. They teased it, and then the show fades to black just as he's about to drop the match.
Uh-huh. It would have been better if right as they fade to black, you hear her scream.
Yeah, that would have been terrifying.
Exactly. Those great details.
Yeah.
Fire,
fire, fire, fire, fire,
fire, pants on. Oh yeah.
Did y'all see the Slammies this year? No.
Totally skipped the Slammies. I'm a Slammy award winner.
Isn't that on that bump show that nobody really watches?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I do have to say though, if you get a chance, watch the Raw Talk and the Smack Talk shows. They've been really good, especially when they had Big E on there and Paul E. When they had Paul E and Big E like interacting on there, Big E cut one of the best promos he's ever done. And Paul called him on it. He's like, finally, this is what we've been waiting for. And he's almost shooting with it to say, you know why you're not getting pushed? Because we've been waiting for you to find yourself. Now you're finally here. Now you're going to get pushed. And he got the IC title. Who knows what's next for him? Think Big, I think, is his new gimmick, thing that he's pushing now. So he's been great on there. Kevin Owens and Paul Heyman is amazing. and probably one of the best promos of last year. And even the women on there, and especially Raw Talk this past week with Xavier Woods and Kofi on there talking about Brody Lee. You really feel for Austin, definitely how close he was to Brody.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to say, you know, I love to harp on AEW's fans, but AEW, nothing but respect for what they've done for the Huber family this past week. The respect they've been showing John and his family, retiring the TNT championship design they had now and giving it to Brody Lee Jr. And now they're going to come up with a new TNT title, putting the kid under contract, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
That is the ultimate, I think, one of the ultimate gestures of respect. It's like, brother, we know you're not here, but we're going to take care of your family. And for that, I give AEW nothing but respect for doing that. Fuck their fans, but I give them a lot of respect for that.
Yeah.
I got me one of them shirts that they put on sale right before Dynamite.
Yep. Yeah. If you buy any shirts from ProWrestlingTees.com right now for Brody Lee, all proceeds go to the Huber family. And in this month, January, you buy any Mick Foley or CM Punk merchandise, all those proceeds go to the Huber family as well. Yeah, actually, I called Pro Wrestling Tees just to confirm that, because I bought a Brody Lee T-shirt about a week ago, and I was concerned that it wasn't going to go. The proceeds were going to go to the Huber family, and I called them, and they clarified, nope, what you did, the proceeds are going to go there. Punk is in January, and so's Mick. So I was like, okay, cool. So we're all good. So big on them for doing that too.
Yeah. You can't blame the company for its fans.
Yeah, exactly. You can't. But they're there to make fun of, and I love doing that. So it's okay.
Yeah, exactly. Especially somebody in my racing group who's a big AEW fuckboy, Steve Rada. If you're watching this by any chance, Rada, that's for you.
You think
Like
you're number one.
Some of the real disrespectful ones that are treating tributes like competition, it's like, they're not fucking competition.
No.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Yeah, they're not. And also Bruce Mitchell.
Oh,
you deserve
a double middle finger.
Put them all up there for him. Bruce Mitchell, you piece of shit. Why the hell you're still doing this is beyond me. You should have been gone years ago. It's like the fucking Meltzer curve. You know, people thought he was cool, then he was like the best, and now, you know, the past like 10 years, it's like, why the hell are you still around? Shut up. Go away. We don't want you here no more.
Yeah. And Ricky says nothing but good vibes to Foley since he got tested positive for the COVID.
Yep. Foley's been quarantining for the past like 3 weeks, I think, in a hotel. 2-3 weeks. So.
And also, did you see some dumb motherfucker impersonate Brody Lee Jr.? Make a fake Twitter account? Like, what the fuck is wrong with people?
Yep. They just don't care. Just don't care.
There's a lot of evil in the world. It's what we live with, you know. Mm-hmm.
It's never going to end.
Nope.
And I did a video on my channel about this, and yeah, shameless plug. You know, I would ask, please go there and see it. It's a recap of See Ya 2020, and you know, it's mostly, you know, just like thanking people that have come by my channel in the past year and everything, and how much I appreciate their time. But really, for the start of this new year and this new decade, because that's happening too. If there's anything else that happens this year, we all got to be there for each other. We got to be there to hold each other up, because this past year was such a freaking kick in the teeth and the face and the crotch every goddamn day and took so much from us. We are the only ones that can make it better. So we got to stick with each other. And we appreciate all you guys out there that hang with us on the chat every single week. If you come out on Twitch, on Thrash Maniac 99's Twitch, and hang out there, we appreciate it. And everybody that's subscribed and all that stuff, you know, we have fun doing this, and we're glad you guys join in for the fun every week.
And we do not intend on stopping anytime soon. The momentum's just going to keep going and going and going. Actually, speaking of my Twitch, that reminds me, a quick update regarding that. Tomorrow, Scott and I and a few of our buddies and a couple of my buddies from the Bouncin' Mountain YouTube channel, hopefully, are going to do a stream where we're playing Tabletop Simulator One Night Ultimate Werewolf, because we haven't done that in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely looking. I need to get a hold of those Bouncin' Mountain guys about it and see if they'd be available. If not, I'll try and get other people. But yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. Actually, you know what's funny? So, damn, I lost my train of thought.
Something was and you lost it.
Yeah. Oh, so a reminder to everybody about Royal Rumble month. So, reminder, next week, oh joy, we're going to be talking about Rumble 95.
Oh.
Then the week after that, Rumble 98, yes. Then the week after that, Rumble 01, hell yes. And then after that, Rumble 04, sweet. So, yeah, that's Rumble month for you. And then a reminder for February, if I can pull up the damn schedule. So, February, we got WCW Super Brawl 4 as a way to continue on what we were talking about with Starrcade 93. Then St. Valentine's Day Massacre 99. Then we're going to do our second non-pay-per-view episode where we talk all about Mick Foley's first WWF run from April 1st, 96 through WrestleMania 16. And then we end off February with No Way Out 2002. And then March, WrestleMania month. People wonder, what WrestleManias are we going to cover? Well, we're going to cover WrestleMania 10, WrestleMania 11.
Yay!
Yes. Another one I was at.
Yeah, WrestleMania 14, my favorite show of all time, and WrestleMania 17.
X7.
X7.
Oh, fuck the X7.
X7, X8, I'm shocked they didn't do X9 for 19.
Yeah.
X-Pac.
X-Pac!
Think you tell us what to do? Yeah.
And then,
think that you're better? Yeah, you better get ready to bow to the master. Suck it.
oh, God.
Yeah.
And then April.
Ready to rip ass on the World Wrestling Federation, and it begins tonight.
Rip ass.
That he actually
What goes
unfortunately
back?
did. He actually did rip his own ass, sadly. Anyways, and then April, we got Spring Stampede 94, ECW, our second ever ECW review, Barely Legal 97.
ECW.
And then finally settled on what Backlash to cover. We're going to go 99, the first ever Backlash. And then the final episode in April, only our third TNA pay-per-view, Lockdown 2006. Then the rest, we're still trying to figure out. Like May, it's probably not going to be a whole lot of pay-per-views, maybe like 2 or 3. But we're going to try and do more topical episodes, kind of like what we're doing with the Mick Foley thing. And so on and so forth. Ricky just said, I'm just wondering when we get to WrestleMania 40, is it just going to be number 40 or Roman numerals XL?
They're not counting.
They're
them
not
anymore.
doing the numbers anymore.
It's going to be
stupid.
WrestleMania, probably Dallas Cowboy star again.
Probably. I'm still. I really wish they would do a WrestleMania in fucking Indianapolis again.
Oh,
At
hell
the Colt
yeah.
Stadium.
I'd go to a WrestleMania in Indy.
Oh yeah,
I'd go to
I would definitely go for that too. Because after all, I'm
Probably
not that far from Indy. I think I'm like 5 hours away from Indy.
I'm only a couple hours.
I really don't see why nowadays they don't do a transcontinental WrestleMania. Because go back to WrestleMania 2 when they did 3 different locations, which was groundbreaking, amazing feat at that time in 1986. Nowadays, it'd probably be a lot easier to sync up and do one in Dallas or Indianapolis or California, do one in England and do one in fucking Saudi Arabia if you got to uphold your contract, if that's still even valid. But span it out like that. Do 1 hour in each place. I'm sure you could do it.
Or split it into a couple of nights.
Yeah.
Because honestly, the 2-night WrestleMania last year, it was good for what it was.
Yeah.
Continue the 2-night thing.
Yeah, so that way we don't have...
Instead of 1 8-hour show, do 2 3-hour shows.
And that way everybody can get their payday and so on and so forth. And culminate all the feuds you have going at once.
Yep.
Why not?
And honestly, I mean, last year's WrestleMania, the 2-night thing, I really enjoyed both nights. I thought it was a great show. It was weird as hell with no audience there, but fuck, man, if they weren't solid shows, good matches, and did great overall.
But of course,
you could tell the effort was there.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yep.
But of course, Mania 36, apart from the no fans, it's going to be remembered for the Firefly Funhouse match, but more especially by the Boneyard match.
Boneyard match and Drew beating Brock.
And possibly the last match Brock ever has in WWE.
Possibly. And Charlotte and Rhea were match of the night. It just incredible.
Triple threat ladder match I really liked.
That was good. I just didn't like the concept of it. It was for the tag titles and it was a triple threat match. But still, whatever, is what it is. It's wrestling.
And what's funny? Speaking of the Firefly Funhouse match, I really wish that from now on with The Fiend, whenever he's in like a big feud, do more Firefly Funhouse matches and just run down careers of other people.
I loved it. I thought it was a great concept. It was
such a great character assassination of John Cena. Why not do more? Do one
entire career.
Yeah, why not do one with Orton at WrestleMania? That would be perfect.
You could be predicting the future. They exactly could do that this year.
Yeah, because
recreate the Randy News Network.
With him in a sling.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. Or do like what Adam Blampier said in his video of how he would book The Fiend. Do one with Triple H and go through the curtain call. And the funny pitch he had, do a wedding between Triple H and the Vince puppet.
No, oh god, go with that. Yes, but if you did the Randy thing, like have the Fiend or Bray Wyatt have Randy tied to the freaking chair with a gag in his mouth, and just show him footage of him being a dick to everybody in real life.
Yes,
this is who you are, Randy. This is the legend killer.
This is the bag you shit in. This is the hotel you destroyed.
And this is the girl you did it to.
And this is the joint that you smoked backstage.
Yes. Oh, man.
Want to bum a cigarette, Randy?
Mm-hmm. There's so much shit they could do with that. Just really
and probably the biggest shady that he could throw, him being arrested in the Marine Corps.
Yes.
Oh, boy. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And have John Cena in a Marine outfit beat the shit out of Orton. I just thought of that off the top of my head.
Love that.
Have Bray be like the head Marine guy.
I just thought of something better. Maybe instead of Cena, have Ted DiBiase Jr. come back in a Marine outfit.
No, the Miz! Have the Miz do it! All three of them!
Have them all there. Have them all there.
Bray Wyatt be the drill instructor.
Yes. Yep.
Oh my god.
You're a worthless piece of shit.
You just see like it's nothing but black and a spotlight of Randy, and he's just like looking down. And he brings his head up, and all he hears is yelling and screaming. And the camera pulls back, and there's Miz on one side. There's Ted DiBiase Jr.
And in the middle, it's Cena.
And then Cena comes in the shot as the drill instructor, and Randy's just like.
I don't know what I've been told.
I don't know what I've been told. Randy Orton,
I swear, if this actually happens and they take anything we just pitched, I'm gonna be like, where is our fucking royalty checks, you motherfucking asshole
bastards?
Send it in small bills.
Small bills, yes. 10th and 20th.
I want my $1 million in all $1 bills. Yay! That's a many.
I want quarters, man. Give me all quarters.
As many.
All right, Ricky's asking, who do you think is going to win the Rumbles this year for the men and the women?
Oh, fuck. I haven't been paying attention enough to know like who's been getting pushed and what. That could win.
I'm going to guess maybe Edge is going to come back and win the Rumble and challenge Drew.
That would be something.
Yeah.
That's an idea. I don't think Bianca's going to win the Rumble because I think it's too soon. But I don't know. It's possible she could. They're pushing her pretty hard. So,
yeah, think about this.
Maybe she could. Maybe she could get it. We got to break the well, I was going to say break the horsewomen streak right now, but between Charlotte and Becky. But I don't know.
If only if Becky didn't get pregnant and she was still there and was still champion, then I would have said Ronda Rousey come back and win and then get the belt back from Becky, but that ain't gonna happen.
Yeah,
I don't think Ronda's ever coming back.
probably not. No.
Which sucks, because I really like Ronda.
Yeah,
She had
me
a
too.
really good year, but what else does she have to prove?
Nothing.
Well, I guess the only reason I would want her to come back is to have 2 matches. The proper one-on-one match we should have got with Becky, and a match with Asuka, since they teased that at Rumble 2018, and we never got anything out of it. Which sucks, because I think they'd put on an amazing match.
Yeah, Ricky, I don't think Sonya's going to win. She's just coming back, and making her win the Rumble, I think, would be too much too soon. She's not there. I'm glad she's back. Good for her. I mean, you get some motherfucker showing up at your house and trying to break in and shit. That's going to mess you up. So I ain't mad at her for going home for a while, and I hope she's doing better.
Scenario they could always do: have Charlotte win the women's title from Asuka, have Rhea win the Rumble. You have Rhea get her win back from last year.
For a rematch.
Yeah.
That's
I
fine.
wouldn't
Could do that.
But for the men...
But Charlotte won another title, man.
Thank you. Wah, wah.
I'm a huge fan of Charlotte, so
I love Charlotte.
I like Charlotte except for 2016. Good Lord, I couldn't stand hearing her talk.
Well, that's why. That's why.
Well, no, it wasn't
She's
even
heel.
like it wasn't even like heel heat. It was just like, oh my God, shut up.
Yeah, that's
I will
why.
say, no, not damn it. I will say she's gotten a lot better on the mic in the years since, and I do enjoy her talking now. So.
She's very much like her dad. And like when Flair is heel Flair, just like Charlotte, it's loud and it's annoying, it's abrasive. But when they're both babyface, it's quiet, it's demure, it's trying to be one-on-one and relate to you. Subdued.
she's not a babyface.
Yeah, exactly.
She's a natural born heel.
She had a baby face. Now it's been surgically altered quite a bit. So it's hard to say what it is now. But still. She looks like Cher, dude.
Holy hell. Ricky said Kevin Owens. I would love it if Owens were to win, but then again, he's already had that match at TLC.
They're probably going to do another match at the Rumble.
Yeah, probably. Is that, that was Last Man Standing or something. I don't know. I don't think they've announced it yet. It seems
really
like, though... Go ahead, Jim.
I wasn't saying anything.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were. My apologies.
I was saying I don't know, but you go ahead.
They had that match at Survivor Series with Roman and Drew, and that was really fucking good. And that does leave, I think, it open for a rematch because Roman won. So it's possible we could get a rematch at WrestleMania between the two of them. Not to unify the title, but both titles on the line, but not unify them. You know, that kind of thing.
Roman just enter the Rumble, eliminate everybody because he can. I'm going to go after
basically trying to do what Brock couldn't do the year before.
Come out at number 30 and eliminate like 12 people.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm thinking they could do Sheamus win the Rumble again.
To turn him heel again just so he could beat Drew.
That match. They've been teasing that match with him and Drew.
Yeah, unless they want to do the Big E push right away. And then
the only way you have Big E win the Rumble is if he's going to win the title from somebody. And I think it's too early to take the belt off of Roman. You have Roman run for a long time.
Yeah.
If it were up to me, have Roman hold the belt until SummerSlam.
Hell, you know what?
Has to win.
It's about it's a long time too late, but maybe they give it to Daniel Bryan because he's almost done being a full-time performer. Let him have
let him have the Rumble match when he should have had at this point 6 years ago.
Have him have one more big WrestleMania match because he's already said he's pretty much a part-time wrestler as it is.
Yeah, he's not going to
one more big match, put Roman over, and then he can go be a dad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they could always do that.
And plus, that'd be such a cool, interesting dynamic. Babyface Bryan versus a heel Roman one-on-one.
You have history there. They have a story there with those two.
Going back to 2015. And especially that awesome match they had at Fastlane that year, too.
Oh, yeah.
That was their only match they had,
One-on-one,
to my knowledge.
yeah. Yeah, other than tags and handicap matches and so on, yeah, that was the only one-on-one match I can remember those two had. And it's been 6 years, which is crazy to think.
You don't.
Yeah, thank you.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Levi. And is your other friend there?
Yes, James.
Hi, James.
That's my wife, Michelle. Hello, everybody, from my wife. She brought me a cup of tea.
Herbal tea with honey.
Honey.
I took time away from my tropical escape to come.
Honey, I would never cheat on Martha May. Again.
Martha May. Oh, she will.
We're forgetting a big factor with The Miz. He might main event WrestleMania since it's in Hollywood. Oh, boy.
No, it's not going to be in Hollywood. It's going to be in Tampa.
Yeah.
Supposedly going to be in Tampa.
Yeah.
And he's the Money in the Bank holder.
Although at this point, it probably will... Have him cash in finally, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And have him bring the freaking... Oh, yeah, they gave it back to him. Mm.
Yeah, Adam
because
Pearce gave it back
Morrison
to him.
cashed it in, which... Well, the Money in the Bank concept needs to be changed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because honestly, without the audience there, who gives a shit? Big freaking deal. It doesn't matter right now.
Yeah,
I don't care how much freaking sound you pipe into the building. It don't freaking matter.
Yeah, that's why I say until they get the fans back into the arenas and such, nothing feels special anymore.
No.
Or at this point, have The Miz be the first person to have the contract expire.
Do they do
That's something they... Why not?
Yeah.
I mean, that briefcase is pretty much dead already.
Yeah.
So just have it expire and then move on to whatever they're going to do this year.
And then just figure out something to revamp Money in the Bank in some way. Or do what I would do in this situation. Cut the damn Money in the Bank pay-per-view out and just put Money in the Bank back to being as a tradition of WrestleMania.
WrestleMania, yeah.
Yeah, but it's like Money in the Bank, the pay-per-view has almost replaced King of the Ring as like that fifth major show. So I don't think they're ever going to take it away.
Mm.
Well, let's not forget that we almost got that with them bringing Money in the Bank back to being WrestleMania. At 28, it was supposed to have been Wade Barrett until he got injured. So, we were that close. But... Damn it, Big Show. Why'd you have to throw R-Truth onto him?
Shit fucking happens. It's wrestling.
Happens, yeah.
Exactly.
But it's just fun to blame Big Show because, well, it's Big Show. But yeah, we were that close. And then nothing's changed since. But what can you do? But yeah, I'm still trying to think of like anybody else that on the men's side that could win the Rumble. Honestly, the only guys I could think of that would be like Owens, and if they wanted to do Bryan, why not? Ricky said, here's a weird concept. Why not have the King of the Ring tournament at WrestleMania?
No. You're adding a gimmick to a gimmick.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't want to do that.
Could always have Keith Lee win the Rumble, turn him heel, have him join the Hurt Business. They have all the belts on Raw.
Yeah, I don't like that idea. I'm just saying. I like the idea of Keith winning. That's a good point. I forgot about Keith, which is sad.
Because have him lose, because they're doing the title match on Raw.
Yeah.
Have him lose again, but then just have him, and then turn him heel.
Mm-hmm. And they would have all the belts then, pretty much.
Yeah. That would be my... because maybe Bobby Lashley win the Rumble.
Oh, God.
It's so hard with...
I know.
Yeah, because it's like, who's really been standing out that's not already in the world title hunt, or Fiend and Orton, which is their own.
You don't want to give the Fiend the Rumble.
No.
He should be nowhere near belts, because he's at that place where he's above championships.
Yeah, they did that with the Universal title and everything in Saudi Arabia, and then he had his own belt made and everything, and that was cute, but that character is so far beyond.
He's basically
Yeah,
it's like the Fiend is like the modern Piper. He doesn't need titles to be over.
Or to equate from something back in the 90s, The Undertaker. And he didn't need belts to be over.
Mm-hmm. Now, Ricky actually brings up a good point. Well, who says anyone from Raw or SmackDown is going to win the Rumble? Maybe someone from NXT. Okay, let's throw a real weird wrench in there. And how about from NXT UK, Walter? And he comes out.
I would love that, I'll be honest.
And he challenges Drew or Roman at WrestleMania. I mean, I think that would be freaking awesome.
Yeah.
It would be Drew, because are you going to feed Walter to Roman?
Nah, I wouldn't.
Not.
I would. Yeah, if that were the case, I would have Walter win and then beat Drew for the title, and then he'd have 2 belts for a short time before he'd probably have to surrender the UK champion. Title. Yeah, he's still a UK champion.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Let's take Ricky's idea and let's expand upon that. Who from NXT could win the Rumble?
Karrion Kross.
Yeah, maybe.
Finn. I mean, Finn's already champion. That's a good point. I forgot about that.
Adam Cole.
Karrion Kross, Adam, Bebe. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, this is difficult.
Not Johnny, not Tommaso, not Johnny. I think their kind of time of that is gone.
Mm-hmm. There's really only a couple of people in NXT
that could legitimately look like they could win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess if I were to go with anybody from standard NXT, either Karrion Kross, Adam Cole, or I'll throw in a curveball, Damian Priest. But
yeah, that's the cool thing about the Rumble, though. It does force you to kind of go into these weird scenarios and in fantasy book these kinds of possible angles and storylines that could happen.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I thought the Edge thing of Edge coming back possibly. I don't know what his status is on his tricep, if that's recovered or not, or if he's rehabbed or ready to go, or he's been cleared. It's not for another few weeks, so who knows what the time frame is. But yeah,
because you're still they probably got one more match with him and Orton to do.
Yeah, I was about to say they have to find a way to end that angle somehow. And I would have thought when Orton won the title from Drew at what was it, Hell in a Cell? I would have thought
they were going to do that.
Yeah, I thought that's what was going to happen, was Edge win the Rumble and win the belt from Orton as a way to finish off that feud, but doesn't look like that's going to be happening, especially now with Orton feuding with The Fiend.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, maybe if Edge comes back, maybe do what they originally was going to do, and that's put him up against AJ.
Yeah.
Because let's not forget, originally, according to what we know, originally Edge was supposed to feud with AJ, but then AJ got hurt during the Rumble match and had to be gone for a few weeks, so they had to put together Edge and Orton, and then all for the better, we got AJ and Taker out of it, so...
Yeah, true.
Just to see how Twitter would react, John Cena, have him lose to Drew.
Oh, wow.
And have Cena...
Who even knows?
And have Cena tie Austin for the most Rumble wins with 3.
Yeah, people would be pissed.
Oh, yeah, would they?
They made him tie Ric Flair, and now he's tied with Steve Austin.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Just when we start to like him, they do this again.
They're burying him. They're really burying Drew.
And then watch he loses to Drew at Mania, just like he lost to
Orton win. Have Orton win the belt out of nowhere. Have Cena win the Rumble. We get Cena Orton at WrestleMania.
Oh my lord!
That actually would just piece people off. That would put the company out of business.
Of all the times that they have done Cena Orton, they've never had a one-on-one match at WrestleMania.
No, they had that triple threat with Triple H at 24, and that was it.
Now, of course, I'm just kidding around because it's like,
exactly.
Why would we want this?
Scenarios.
Yeah, you don't want to see that.
No.
No.
It's like Orton and Sheamus. You don't ever want to see that again.
No.
Or to piss Scott off, have Pat McAfee win the Rumble.
Yes. Oh my God! Bye. I quit.
Oh shit.
Yep. Later. Although I will say he was way better at selling at this War Games than he was the other match, his first match, with the one with Cole. Man.
Oh boy. Yeah. I do wonder. I thought that because I don't know if any of you guys saw, but earlier in 2020 they uploaded this preview for a third season of Southpaw Regional Wrestling, and that hasn't come out yet.
No shit, I didn't see that. No.
So I was wondering that whenever Cena came back before this shit happened, that they were going to be filming that with him and Fandango again. Well, we haven't gotten anything since the announcement. So, and funny thing when
and
I saw that...
a lot of the characters are gone now.
Yeah, like...
True, you can't have the Butcher Brothers now.
Yeah, you can't have the Butchers, you can't have
Chad
Too Bad, Tex Ferguson.
Tex Ferguson. What was
Big
Rusev's
Bartholomew
character?
with Rusev. Clint Bobsky was Jericho. Really, the only characters you have left are Chet Cheddarfield, Lance Catamaran, Malibu Owl.
Renee Young's character's gone too.
Yeah.
No, Renee Young's gone, so
Yeah.
couldn't do that either.
Dan Bandana and Renee Beret. You still have
Danny Bandana
Mr.
in the
McElroy.
USA.
You still got Mr. McElroy at least, and oh man,
Yes,
Tyler Breeze
I
is
mean,
so
the mustache.
good at
Yeah.
that. Yeah, that's really Oh yeah, and Vu and Do, Biggie and Xavier.
I forgot about that.
And I think that's it.
Mm.
Oh, and Debbie Desperado, Natalia. I forgot about her.
Oh,
Only reason I remember these is because when I played WWE Supercard, I got a few of them Southpaw cards. So, yeah, that's how I first
You're still
found out
playing
about
that?
the characters. Every now and again, I did. Let me check, see if my team started Team Battleground yet or not. Because I think I did all my charges. I'm still stuck in Biomechanical Double Plus. I can't get into Swarm. Because they've now made it hard to get to the next tiers. Which
Made it easy.
It's not been easy for me. I've gotten 4 Biomechanical Pros, including an F1 fusion of Jim the Anvil Neidhart. The thing that's killing me is I can't get Biomechanical Female Pros. I'm stuck with the Debbie Desperado Pro I got from the Southpaw event, and a single Extreme card of Nikki Cross. I can't get females right now. Which is a perfect metaphor for me in real life. So, it's like the game's making fun of me. Whew. Oh, I got a comment on Twitch. Cena, you can have your car payment for the next day or 2 or 3 or 4. Biggest thing is that the people who have been doing this for a long time now. Not sure what that's supposed to be a reference to, but okay. But yeah, I do wonder, like, if they're going to have to make new characters, when and if they get to film Season 3 of Southpaw Regional Wrestling. Because, yeah, so many people from the first 2 seasons are gone. The big ones that are going to really hurt is not having Gallows and Anderson there, because I bet you it was their idea to do that. Because, you know how Gallows and Anderson are as marks.
Oh, yeah, it's goofball. Big, good boys.
Especially in the finale of Season 1 where they do this thing with Gallows' character, Tex Ferguson. I know it might be true, Chad. Too bad that I am blind in both eyes and that you sent Greg Valentine over when you cobbled up the money and he put me in an arm bar for 2.5 hours and my arm is dead. And then Anderson comes in as Chad Too Bad, and Gallows is like, I can hear Chad. I don't know if he's standing next to me or not, but we need to up our production values if we're going to compete with Vince. Text, we are not having technical difficulties. You are on the air. I can hear Chad still, guys. Text, we're live, pal. And he's like, okay, I'm going to have to start that promo all over again. You just count me down. Oh, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? And then you hear him crying in the background where Cena's trying to talk. He's like, there it is again. I know it may sound like crying, but you can actually hear that. Get your shit together! And then they're promoting Lethal Leap Year. Oh, wait a second.
Yes.
I've just been told something. You mean there is no leap year? We have been running television for Lethal Leap Year. This could ruin us. I swear, Cena and Fandango together on that, they're just like a pair. Holy crap. Cena being the energetic standard announcer, and Fandango, Chet Chitterfield, just being like the drunken, depressed loner, like, what happened to my wife? Constantly drinking, or he's getting naked in front of him.
What was the wife's name?
For God's sakes, cut the commercial!
What was the wife's name?
I'm trying to remember. It was Renee Young's character.
So Julie, call me.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Well, anyways, I think that's a good place to wrap up, because now we're just going into Southpaw talk. So,
Yes.
Real quick reminder, next week we are back to talk about Royal Rumble 1998-5.
95.
Oh, joy to that. But anyways,
More time to suffer for you all out there.
yes. But anyways, it's plug time. Start things off, Scott.
All right, you can find me on my YouTube channel, Mr. Scott Reacts. Brand new year, brand new month, more fun stuff coming at you on Mr. Scott Reacts, so please go there and subscribe and check out the stuff there. You find me on Twitter and Instagram at Mr. Scott Reacts, and I'm on Twitch as well at Mr. Scott Rocks. I was on there earlier today jamming out on my V and have a good time there, so please stop by and say hi and put those horns up.
James.
You can find me on my YouTube channel. We Are Pro Wrestling. New year with new From the Vaults. Current one I had up yesterday, Royal Rumble 1988. I'm doing Royal Rumble months. This coming week is 91, then 93, 96, 2001. And I got a poll up on my Twitter at WAPW_wrestling for February, where I'm going to be doing all polls throughout the month of February. And pretty much I've got almost this entire year planned out for From the Vault episodes. So find me, We Are Pro Wrestling on YouTube, at WAPW_wrestling on Twitter.
And lastly, you can subscribe to me on YouTube, ThrashManiac99. I am about a little over 40 subs away from 3,100 subscribers. You can follow and or subscribe to me on Twitch, twitch.tv/ThrashManiac99, which I've been streaming on as well as the Shadow Called YouTube channel, which you should go subscribe to that as well. And finally, follow me on my pretty much dead Twitter account at ThrashManiac99 if you want to see random Zeb Bellringer pics and plugs for streams or whatever stupid crap I have to say or what have you.
It's Wednesday. You know what that means.
Exactly. Not going to spoil it. You just have to go follow and keep an eye out every Wednesday. But anyways, and then last but not least, subscribe to the Shadow Called YouTube channel. We are almost to 100 subscribers. We're trying to get there for you people. But one last thing before we go. Hey, jackass. or wait.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Hold on.
What are you doing over there, you jackass?
Well, the real reason I hate Christmas is not because what they did to me at my school. No. You see, one Christmas morning, I woke and found under the Christmas tree a jackass. And I love that jackass. I took care of it. I named it Max. That's why my dog is named Max. Because one day, my father, well, not my father, I never knew my father. I didn't have a father. Shut up. My mothers, the old bitches, they killed a jackass. And I ate him because I was hungry. But it's okay. Because that is why I hate Christmas. Yes.
I'm turning bright fucking red now. Oh Oh my god. Anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and raid my buddy Daniel DK over on Twitch. So for those of you who want to join in, go click on the raid button and we will raid my pal Daniel DK, who's shredding on guitar. But until next week, horns high, and we'll see you later. And
I was waiting for the jackass plug.
Not this time, buddy.
Yo, Levi, what's up, man? Thanks for raiding on in.
I'm trying to figure out where that soundbite he has incoming, where that's from.
That's it's in your face. Hang on. Children of Bodom. Children of Bodom in your face. That's the song.
That would make sense now, would it? Oh yes, because I have a jackass.
I'm gonna reach out to Daniel to get him on Necro. What did you do? Did you just like DM him?
Or? Commented randomly on his stream, or what I would do is whisper him on Twitch. And
Gotcha.
See if you can do it that way. I mean, I got lucky and got him on the Horseman show. So
we just had Sarah on, and we've had somebody else from Banger TV on there too. So I get them as references.
Let me figure out which one it could have been. Was it Martin Popoff?
I don't remember.
The personalities, like the main ones I got there, Sam Dunn, the head guy, Daniel DK, Sarah Kitteringham, Blaine Smith, could it have been him?
I gotta ask Walter, I don't remember who it was.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna head out. I'm probably gonna hop on to Minecraft for a while, so
okay.
I'll see you tomorrow, Scott, and I'll see you next week, James.
All right, boys.
Yep.